Hey guys, so I want to talk to you today about is $60 really worth the price of most of these games we released this year? Now, there were some games that were released that were totally worth the $60. For instance, Grand Theft Auto 5, totally worth it. I think if they even would raise the price to like 70 or 80, people still would buy it. And there's probably a few others that are like that as well. Yeah, there's probably a few others that are like that as well. For like, Tomb Raider and Bioshock Infinite, they were probably all worth. They were probably worth $60 as well. You know, and I bought Batman Arkham Origins, and that was worth it until I beat the game, and then I was like, this isn't really worth $60 for a sec. And previously in the year, I bought The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Such not really such an awful game. It was such a shitty game, and it was good. It was lowered to $50. That's why I bought it, because it was $50. And I'm a big, huge Walking Dead fan, and of course, it wasn't that bad, I mean, but everyone else was like shit. So I sold it though, so I'm upset that I sold it because I didn't want to sell it after all. But I needed the money, so I sold it. And because I actually originally had Battlefield 4 and Assassin's Creed 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts on pre-order, and I sold some of my games and DVDs to pay it off. And the thing is, I never got to paying them off, so I just canceled them all together, and which I don't regret, because they were really short, so it was not really worth it. And I don't have multiplayer right now on live, so it was not really worth the $60 for me to pay for them. So yeah, Assassin's Creed would have been worth the $60, because that's a really long game. But Call of Duty Ghosts and Battlefield 4 were not really worth it. So what other games were really worth it? Well, those are some really awful games. Now, they don't tell you how long these games are before they're released, so they should, but they don't. And that makes a good point for things like Crisis 3, which was 6 hours long, and the single player, and it was $60. I was like, game? $60 for a 6-hour game? Okay. Batman Arkham Origins was only 11.5 hours, and that was kind of short to me. But they have side missions and all this and all that, and you can go back and play it again. So I'm not worried about that. But Crisis 3, really, 6 hours long. So I basically play it for 6 hours, and can't play multiplayer because I don't have live right now. So 6 hours would go by and I'd play it, and then what would I do? Nothing. I have to go and trade it in. I would keep it. Really quickly. So another one is Gears of War Judgment. That was supposed to be a great game, and when it was released, it ended up being pretty terrible. It's a short campaign, shorter than the other two games, I believe. And just overall, just not that great. And another one that was terrible was Star Trek. Apparently, it was terrible. Even though I do want to buy that game, I do want to play it. And what else? I can't really think of anything else right now. But there were some games that were really worth it, like Lego Marvel Superheroes. I would have bought that game, but I'm not entirely. I've never owned a Lego game before, and I want to go the safe route and buy a game that I know is going to do more well. So that's why I decided to buy Batman Arkham Origins. But the whole fact about all this is that yeah, that game is supposedly worth the $50 price tag. Deadline Riptide was, I think, in my opinion, was worth the $50 that they lowered to. And so Stage 4, was it worth $6? Splinter Cell Blacklist was worth $60. Were these games really worth the $60 this year? That's why I didn't buy most of them, because most of them were not worth it. So games that were released last year were totally even better than this year's games. Although there were some games that were released this year that were good. Another example of one that I never hear about and I never see an unboxing video on YouTube of it, and that's Dark. You know, when I go to look up Dark unboxing, it's like, there's other games, totally other games that start with that have the word Dark in them, but the actual game Dark, just the game Dark. So it's really inexpensive now, actually. At give stuff, it's like $18. And so I'm like, I have to pick that up. I have to pick that up. So, what do you guys think about 2014? Is 2014 going to be worth all the games that released? In my opinion, I think yes. Thief looks like a great game. I'm probably going to pre-order that. Dying Light looks like a great game. I'm probably going to be pre-ordering that. Dark Souls 2 looks like a great game. Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2 looks like a great game. Titanfall looks like a great game. The new Final Fantasy looks like a great game. The Dragon Ball Z game looks like a great game. Watch Dogs, Destiny. Those are all great games that are coming out next year. Even though current gen is pretty much over. It's reached its maximum capacity. All they do is just release the games for both the current gen and next gen. But I do plan on getting a PS4 in March, so that's good. That's really good. And you know, I just don't really mind now the games that I have. So I have a rule to pick up 2 brand newly released games per year. So next year I'll be picking up I'll pick up 2 games at the same time, except for the PS4, because I'll be picking a new one up every month, once a month, picking a new one up. So we play a game for one entire month, one game, until I pick up the second one, and then I'll have to play 2 games, which is better. But for the 360, I'm picking up games that are not going to be on next gen, which are Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2. That's not going to be on next gen, and neither is Fable Anniversary. I think I'm going to pick that up because it's not going to be on next gen. I don't know. Maybe Dark Souls 2 is going to be on next gen. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But if it isn't on next gen, then I'll probably pick it up for the current gen. And then there's some games from the past I'll pick up as well. I'll get into that in the next video of what I want to pick up. Okay, so I'll catch you guys later. Peace.